wanted to jump on here today and talk about womb work and the importance of keeping your womb healthy. So, um, in society today, we see a lot of women that are exploiting their sexual energy for money, clout, power, attention, what have you. And this is actually due to a severed heart and womb connection. So, when we work with different sort of sophionic technologies, things like roses, for instance, rose templates, rose blueprints, these blueprints were handed down by Mary Magdalene. Specifically, I like to work with something called the Blue Rose Template. It's a blueprint that was birthed on Venus, and it was given to Mary Magdalene from Melchizedek. And it's a very extraordinary sophionic technology that really gets into the womb and burns out any sort of ancestral miasma, alien implants connected to the Dark Mother. It clears fallen consciousness, fallen feminine, fallen masculine. And when we have a lot of fallen masculine, feminine architecture, that can really hinder our ability to, for example, say you were raised by a dad who maybe had addiction issues, or he had, reptilian genetics, which means like narcissistic consciousness, right? So a lot of our men on our planet have sociopathic, narcissistic tendencies because that genetic codex has been, blended into the genetic on this planet and has really caused a lot of issues. And so luckily we're in a time now where we're actually able to use these kinds of technologies, different roses and blueprints that really help restore and rehabilitate the genetic codex to its original divine blueprint. And so when you had a dad that perhaps had a lot of fallen masculine tendencies, didn't really care for the feminine the way that she needed to, we tend to have a faulty masculine architecture within our light bodies until we restore it. So what we see a lot in today's society is women settling for men that really aren't in full devotion to them, or aren't honoring to them because perhaps they haven't dealt with like their father issues. They haven't taken the time to rehabilitate their inner masculine because they don't have the technology, they don't have the resources and things like that. So that's why womb work is a very important part of my life, because I've went through these processes and things like that where I've learned how to rehabilitate my own inner masculine feminine architecture, just by working within my womb and clearing out black magic, ancestral miasma, programs, poverty consciousness, leaks, tears, things like that. Because if you've had multiple sexual partners that were not in full devotion to you, there's going to be cords there, there's leaks and tears, and even entities can come in there and siphon that energy if it's not cleared out properly, because it's clogged, and you might have soul fragments or even karmic energies there, because the womb can absorb other people's karma as well. And that's why sacred sexuality is so important, because your womb is such a delicate, sacred place. That's one way to really harm someone the most, is through this the womb portal, because it's like the most innocent, sacred part of somebody. And so when you are able to really understand the sacredness of your womb, there is an honoring, there is you don't give your womb to just anyone. There's a willingness to really understand what sacred sexuality is. And celibacy is a very important part of my life, because I'm willing to wait for the right person to come into my life. I would rather be with somebody that is in full devotion to me, that loves me, that honors me, that's able to, keep me safe, that is in a healthy, loving, sacred union. And I feel the sacred union really starts within first. And when we can really understand what it means to have a healthy inner masculine and feminine dynamic within ourselves, we're actually able to turn on our union template, which accelerates our union timeline to attract that external, divine, beloved union partner. So, yeah, womb work is very important, and this goes for men too. Men have haras. If men grew up and didn't have a, super loving, nurturing mother, they never learned how to safely, be held by the feminine. So they might not have the capacity to hold the feminine and understand what it is to honor the feminine and protect the feminine and keep the feminine safe and be reverent, devoted to the feminine. And so when you clear out your hara, your sexual energy, and you connect the heart and the womb together, and you really bring in that energy, you turn on that energy, because the heart and the womb, or the hara for men, should always be communicating with each other. It shouldn't just be, operating from just solely the sexual energy. When you combine the two together and you're operating from beautiful, organic, creational power that is full of love and like healthy sexual energy, then you're able to really start manifesting things that are in full alignment to God's highest holy will for your life. And it's like your magnetism really increases. It brings things online that is so epic and amazing. I mean, this technology, the Blue Rose, also clears layers of hybridization. Hybridization is when dark forces have taken aspects of our DNA and have made clones of them or have hybridized them. And this comes in many layers in ancient timelines. And there's also so many curses and things that can be stored in the womb. There's crucifixion implants that need to be cleared out. There's so many layers and things that need to be purged out of the womb and the light body within just layers of our ancestry, of our angelic blueprint, as well as our angelic and galactic blueprint as well. So there's 3 tiers of our being: our human blueprint, angelic, and galactic. And so when you're embodying your multidimensional self, you're understanding what it means to clear yourself multidimensionally. You're accessing different parts of yourself from past lifetimes. You're able to really bring your higher dimensional energies from the higher realms into your body. And it's pretty amazing. I highly recommend exploring womb work if you have been thinking about getting a yoni egg, or working with a womb work practitioner, or you have been really fascinating with like yoni steams. I love yoni steams because it works with herbs to clear out the sexual organs and really purge that out and get all those old energies out from the sexual organs and glands and things like that. So there's a lot of energy that can be stored in the sexual energy, a lot of trauma. And when you start really unraveling that stuff, you become so online, you become so activated, and you start really honoring yourself as a woman. You start really having the capacity to receive more love, more self-love, more self-honor. You're able to just understand your worth more, because there's so many programs of like poverty consciousness and things like that that are also stored in the womb too. And I trained in mystery schools with Mary Magdalene in many lifetimes, so I'm a key code initiator of the rose lineage. So I work with a lot of different rose templates in order to alchemize different layers of the sexual energy and light body as well. I also incorporated a lot with my grid work. So if you have any questions about womb work, please reach out to me.